Good morning.
Good morning.
Today we are interviewing Dr. Kwadjo of the Physics Department. I'm a level 300 student. My name is Kofi Osae in Biomedical Engineering as part of our course in Material Science Engineering. Good morning once again.
Good morning.
We would like to know briefly about yourself, your school, how you got here.
Well, okay. I started school way back in 1950 at a small town called Bisa in the Eastern region.
Okay.
From there, 54, I went to a very tough school. They called the Bannor Hill Boys Boarding School at Kwadjo. And then from there, after the common entrance, I went to GSTS at Takrady. That was a government secondary technical school at Takrady. That was in 1958. So I did my courses, science and the technical subjects, and got my O level in 62, and then took 2 years to get my A levels in physics, hard maths, and pure maths. Then I came to the University of Ghana. That was 64, and did a 3-year course and got a general science degree. Then I spent another year to get what was then called a special physics degree.
Special physics degree.
Special physics degree. Then I spent 1 year to do a master's in physics, and this was on the variation of the elastic constants of lead with temperature. That was 68. And those days it was very easy to get scholarships. There was, for example, the University of Ghana scholarship for people they felt were good enough to carry on. So after my master's, Prof. May, who was then the head of physics department, recommended I go to Cambridge, the University of Cambridge in England. So I went there October 69, and because of my background with elastic constants of lead, I was put in the metal physics group at the Cavendish laboratory.
Sir, so from what you said, are you saying because of, I want to know your motivation for we know about your research interest in materials. I want to know your motivation for doing such research.
Those days, I, for example, had role models. In secondary school, my teachers, the graduates, were my role models, and I wanted to be like them. Because to me, they were okay, they were living well, and they were okay. Society respected them. Then I came to university, and then the lecturers were there. And I saw them as role models, people I wanted to become. See? So clearly, when I got a scholarship, and there was a possibility of becoming a lecturer, I said, why not? Go for it. That was how I went to Cambridge, to qualify and become a lecturer myself.
So sir, are you saying, so if there was another chance to do something else?
Those days? Well, no. I mean, like I said, I saw the lecturer as, being okay, well respected, was living well. So why not become a lecturer? I didn't think of doing any other thing. especially since I got a scholarship to go.
So can you really tell us what your research is in? What your research is in?
Yeah, when I got to Cambridge and joined the metal physics group, and the group was looking at properties of metals, especially fatigue. Fatigue, you can relate to human fatigue. Metals also get tired after going through some processes. So they were studying metal fatigue. And at the time, most people were working on fatigue of FCC metals, especially copper. FCC means face-centered cubic materials. Copper is an example. So a lot was known about the fatigue of FCC metals, but not about other crystal structures. So when I got it, I said, why not go for something different? Work on a metal of a different structure. For example, ACP, external close packed materials like magnesium. And that was how I worked on magnesium.
So you see yourself as a pioneer in the material field in Ghana?
Even with the ACP thing, before I went there wasn't anything on fatigue of HCP materials. So yes.
So you see yourself as a material scientist?
Oh yeah, metals are materials, yes.
So what advice do you have for the generation that's coming after us? As a material scientist?
Yes. When I went there, my aim was to finish as quickly as possible and come back to Ghana and help. I've been teaching since then. I came back 73, and I've been teaching since I retired in 2003. But over the period, I've seen changes in the younger generation of minds. Unfortunately to me, they seem to be more materialistic than we were. People want, to get things without working for them. So my suggestion to the younger people is to go back to the basics, work hard for whatever you want to become. Of course, we've heard of the unfortunate situations in university where people want to get grades they haven't worked for. And it shows everywhere, in the classes, people, did I get grade A or whatever, And I tell students, what you get is not the important thing. It is what you know. Because one day society will judge you, not by the certificate they say you have, but what you are. I tell them you get a first class degree, and society looks at you in a different way. You are special. And when you go out, you must act like a special person. You must leave your first class degree. If you don't work for it and you get it, one way or the other, it will show. Then you become a disgrace to yourself and the society or the institution that gives you that certificate. So my advice is we must work hard, earn what we get, and we'll be able to live like that in society.